Hello and welcome to today. I was going to make a Thanksgiving video for Thanksgiving, but I'm a bit late. Late for Thanksgiving 2018, that is. I'm just going to consider myself really early for Thanksgiving 2019. So, for this Thanksgiving, I decided to make a little pilgrim house. I know it's not exactly a pilgrim house, but a little old house where people would be having Thanksgiving inside. So let's look at the techniques I used to build this house. So to start off with, this is a cutoff scene, meaning basically I took a cross section of everything so you can see into the back and into the cellar beneath. This is not ground level, this is ground level, not the actual ground. And then I've got some caverns underneath. And then I've got the interior. So that's the first technique, the scene. I decided a cutoff scene would work well so that way you could see the outside and inside in the same view. Next technique, the exterior. For the roof, I used this technique. I've got this plate just slanted here. I've got tiles going up every other one and not even consistently. There's some gaps here, a little hole right there, and some gaps on the ends to make it look more like a kind of tiled roof. Then for the chimney, I've got some textured bricks, but only on the front here. They're facing forward on the inside, because we're not going to be really looking at this back. If you were looking at this back, that would be mostly smooth except for this one tiled brick right here. Then I'm using just door and window pieces. I'm actually kind of going cheesy that way, not making my own. Got this little door piece. It's normally supposed to have locks and a keyhole, but I've replaced those with doorknobs because I thought that might be easier to use and look better. Though the keyhole works just as well. There is this mismatching gray brick, but other than that I used tan with brown logs on the sides. That kind of looks like their plaster and wood technique. That's used in England at least. I don't think it's actually used in America, for the pilgrims at least. And we've got these normal window pieces. These are just little window pieces. I believe I got mine from a Hogwarts castle set. Then, in the space plate here, I've got this little hole. I can push this up. It's a bit tricky, but I've got this little door connected on either side, which leads down to a ladder into the cellar where people get their Thanksgiving feast. So anyway, basically I just put some headlamp bricks in, connected them up right so they lined up with the door, and then put slant bricks on the top leading in. You may notice that there are some brown marks on the walls back here. Like, yep, there's one right there, and there should be one farther along. You may not be able to see it with the shadows. I actually can't find it right now. And we've got our Thanksgiving feast inside. For this, I mainly used food pieces. We've got the actual turkey piece there and some dressings underneath. Interesting thing I did not know before I did this. The turkey has a gap on the inside that is exactly 1 brick wide. So I just have a tile and a stud inside this turkey. Let's see if I can get it out for you. Yep, right there, which means I can just stick the turkey on a plate of dressing. If I can get this back out and realign it, that is. Anyway, then I'm using a bowl piece. It's not exactly a bowl piece, but it's basically an upside down dome piece with a little green thing in it. We've got a family traditional recipe called pistachio pudding. I'm not sure who else eats it, but it's pretty fun. Basically just whipped cream and marshmallows. And a bit of, I'm not sure how they get pistachio flavor. Then we've got mashed potatoes. I've actually got a little golden stud in there. That's a golden potato. I'll tell you more on that later. We've got this little gravy boat. It is a bit of a trickier build. It's just a little headlamp brick with a horn on the top and a little tile on the top for gravy. This is just that little claw piece. And we've got a little stud on the bottom, which means I can fit it right in a gap like that. And then we've got, last, there always has to be something disgusting at each meal. So we've got some cranberry jelly stuff. It's in there, it's little rolls like you got it out of the can. It's little ribs on the sides. And we've got this chandelier. This is a pretty interesting one. I'll pop it off for you if I can. There we go. So we've got a Travis brick in the center, one of those ones with 4 studs on the sides. Just stud up. Then it has a pull on the top with a clip that clips right into here, which lets it attach to the ceiling. Then we've got these 4 clips. I just stuck the bottom prong of each of those clips into a side hole. And I've got a white stud and yellow stud for candles, and a little square at the bottom for decoration. Okay, let's put this right back on there. so tricky. Okay, there we go. Now it's back on there. And that covers our Thanksgiving feast. For the chimney, I just added a little rifle mount. And then there's a little fire going inside the hearth. You may not be able to see it though. Yeah, it's kind of dark in there. One fun trick I'd like to see in the comments is, if you have one, it would be awesome to see a light brick placed behind that so you can place a button and light actually comes out of the fireplace. However, I did not have enough time to do that this time. Sorry. Next, into the basement. I built this basically from the ground. I started in the front with this hole for the trapdoor that I used in the cellar, to the back, marking out where I'd want a table and chairs and posts and house and things. Then I built the house up, and then I basically flipped the entire thing upside down, built the cellar. I started with these arch pieces, building those across as ribs, and these pulls here. And then I built this gray wall that goes all the way around this side, this inside wall of the cellar, and this back side. And then I had room to decorate in the cellar, and I had a cave on the other side once I added this little floor. Each of these is just 2 studs tall. For the top one, I've got green for the front lawn, then a little tan plate marking out where I want my wall. It doesn't actually have to be tan because it's not visible from anywhere, but I wanted it to be tan so I could actually tell where I wanted my wall to be. And now I've got this brown floor, which is kind of like a wood floor, not exactly. Nothing in this is exactly exact. Then inside the cellar, we've got some storage. We've got these little tubs at the bottom of flour, then a ton of pickle jars. Then I'm just going to show you from the back now. We've got basically what's supposed to be sugar storage. I'm not sure how that's how they'd actually store sugar though. And potatoes. You probably won't be able to see, but on the inside there's actually a golden potato there as well. Kind of matching the one from the mashed potatoes. Then we've got a barrel here. I'm not exactly sure what that barrel's for, maybe fish. Then we've got all the beer, aka root beer. Let's see if I can get these out. These are just a bunch of barrels. I set up a line of slopes that just goes up and down and up and down and up and down. The right width to hold these. And I put a plate on the back of these because otherwise they're really hard to handle. They just all come off in pieces. But other than that, they sit there pretty nicely. They've got little spigots in 2 of them, taps. That way people can refill their cups. I think that was the turkey. Fill out. Yep, there's the turkey. Oh well, some things are just loose in this model. Then for my cavern. Side note, you can do anything with this cavern you want to. I decided to be a bit random, and it's the Hall of the King of the Golden Potatoes. And we've got Thagnor, ruler of the Golden Potatoes. We've got the Golden Potato Guard, his Golden Potato subjects, and the jury of the Golden Potatoes. I just thought it'd be fun to add something really silly and goofy to this model. You can add whatever you'd like though. Maybe a dragon's lair, or dwarven mines, or Golden Potato King if you'd like. I just had a lot of extra gold pieces, so there's a layer of the Golden Potato King. And that is my Thanksgiving house. Hello everybody, thanks for watching. Please enjoy your Thanksgiving, whether you're having it, or you have had it, or you will be having it, or all of the above. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, don't eat the plastic turkeys, and make sure you sell the golden potatoes to the pawn shop, don't eat them. And enjoy building. Please let me know in the comments if you have any family traditions, or if you have any ways you can make this model better, like the light brick or other things. Or what you would do with a secret cavern in your own little house. Anyway, I'll see you next video.